Hello and welcome to Dave the Soup Betting. Well, it's been a quiet week for me. I've not put anything out since last Saturday. We made the place money last week, so a slight profit with Wolverhampton being abandoned. We only had the one horse running for us, so you won enough to buy a newspaper maybe. I've been busy in the week. I've been playing poker for 2 days in Coventry, Wednesday evening and Friday noon onwards. But I've had a look at the form for tomorrow. Cheltenham looks a bit iffy. There is a front runner that's won a few on the bounce that I would have a go at opposing, but I can't see which one will beat it. Front runners at Cheltenham. Ooh. Anyway, here's a race that I'm interested in. Let's have a look at it. So this is the race I'm interested in. Field of 12 runners, which is the maximum, over the extended mile at Southwell. The draw doesn't matter really over a mile at Southwell, as they've got a 3 furlong run before they hit the bend, so they should be able to sort themselves out. Let's have a look at some of the form of the horses and a brief analysis of some of the horses. So the favourite, Hitched, 7-2. Won 3 on the bounce, running off 75. Got Ailey Turner, nice pair of legs, Ailey. Shame about the boat race. Won its last 3, started off on 59, is now running off 75. It doesn't win its races by 4. Newcastle, Lingfield and Lingfield. Clear with one other, so well cleared of Panama City. It's a much weaker race than this. 60, 60, 60. Much weaker race. Spectacular style. Roger Varian, he doesn't send many to Southwell. It's out of Frankel, this one. Oh, out of Frankel. But look, I mean, what do you do with this? Mile, 2, mile and a half, mile and a half, mile last, mile 2, beaten 7 1/4, beaten 8 lengths last time. Decent one, Tafsir at Hamilton, but it's on a decent mark of 74. But what do you do? Won over a mile and a half. Mile, don't know. Feel the Need. That's the title of the song, isn't it? Just got a second on the all-weather. Couple of wins on the turf. All its all-weather runs have been at Newcastle. There, and last time out there. And it's won at York over 7 on good to soft. Kept on well. Similar race, probably maybe a slightly harder race than today. Pasha, 3-year-old. Two runs on the all-weather, both at Lingfield. Mile 2, mile 2. Doesn't seem to get home over a mile 2, so the drop briefly led 2 out, headed 2 out, weakened and lost second inside final 110 yards. Must have got a squeak if the dropping trip, so must have got a squeak. He's a gentleman. A bit out of form if you ask me. Let's have a look. Been 8 lengths at Chester, probably in a better race, mile 2. Mile race there, Chelmsford, 8 1/4. But it's off a reasonable mark of 77. Won off 77 at Ayr, over 7. Had the perennial loser on a session behind. I'm giving up on that one ages ago. Got to have a squeak. Imperial Fighter. It's just not doing it, is it? I mean, 9th of 11, 9th of 11, 10th of... You can't. Behind Yorkshire. It's dropping in the weights, 75. But they're all double figures where it's finishing almost. Modern Times. It's a maiden. This doesn't look too bad at Newcastle. Midfield some headway near his finish. Similar par of race to today. The step up might suit that. Might suit that at all. It's run over a mile earlier in the season. And it's coming down a touch off 77. That's Modern Times. Bowood. Wins on turf. 10 goes on the all-weather. No win. Has been getting placed. See, this wasn't a bad race at Nottingham. The distance was correct. But didn't beat much. But it was ridden clear. It won by 4 3/4 length. When you've got a horse that wins at an easy mile, why do you put it over mile 2 it, don't you? But it ran over course and distance last time. Similar kind of race. Slowly away. Press leader towards no extra. Ran 2-3 that day. It's not bad form. Not bad form. It's a big price. Master of Combat, that's won its race for the year. Look at this, 15 of 15, 8th of 14, 8th of 13, 8th of 9. Wins at 8-1 when it was 40s, 80s, 40s, 12s. Wins at 8s. Normal service was resumed next time out. Okay, so it's a mixed bag. It's not a bad race for Southwell, this 78 handicap over the extended mile. Here's one that I noted last time out. This is an extended 7 furlongs at Newcastle. And the horse I'm interested in is coming out of stall 10 in the yellow colours. Now, watch it very carefully as it comes out the stall. I might replay this, but let's have a look at it. So it's got a noseband on. Now watch. As they come out the stalls, I'm not sure what the jockey's playing at. All these jockeys here, watch the arrow. They're pushing with their arms, pushing with their arms. And look, he's stood up and his arms, they're not bent. He's pushing with his elbows bent. He's not doing anything. And it gets a little bit squeezed out. Look at this, he's stood up. And he's holding the horse back, but maybe a little bit more than I would advise. So there he gets a little bump, gets squeezed out. Doesn't seem interested. So we've got a furlong and a half. As you can see, the leader's here going well, and he's in plumb last. And he's a little bit too far behind, to be honest. I mean, you can see there how far behind he is. So at Newcastle, you avoid the far rail. You want to be about a quarter way across from this rail. But it's not unheard of for horses to come up this rail. So let's see what he does. He's on the rail. He's now next to last. And he's got old Desert Orchid in front of him, basically. But there's plenty of space here at the moment. So, now watch what happens here. Desert Orchid comes across. Rowing like hell on Desert Orchid. And one or two of these, he stood up in the saddle like John Wayne. Now there's nowhere for him to go. Desert Orchid is taking his space. So what he does, he contemplates switching it. Watch. You'll see he contemplates switching it in a minute. Now we've got 2 furlong. This is the 2 furlong here. Let's see what happens. Now it looks like he's going to go, but there's nowhere for him to go. He can't get between these two. But, I mean, these are all rowing. He's going ever so well. Now he starts pressing. He's going to go there and then he decides to switch it. You can see here he's just going to switch it by. He thinks there's no point in going in between those because there's loads of horses. So I'm going to try and get back on the rail. Yep, and there he is. He took a massive tug. I mean, he's pulled the horse's head off. He's lost a length there. So now he's pushing. The horse is staying on. Now, where are you going to go now? Where are you going to go? This is the furlong pole, 220 yards. Where are you going to go? You're 6 lengths off the lead. So he decides to go on his outside again. I mean, he's bobbing and weaving like Mike Tyson in his prime. And he comes up. Now, he's not hit the horse or anything yet. He waves the whip a little bit. He gives it one crack there just to say, I've tried a little bit. The race has gone. The race has gone. And there he is, and he finishes 5th. Well, as you can see, the jockey wasn't too exuberant on the horse, especially coming out of the stalls. That was over 7 furlongs. Today it's a slightly extended mile. I think the mile will suit it. It's not a prolific winner. But Hitched, the favourite, got nice legs, Haley on it. Going for its 4th timer. This is a harder race than it's won. It's off a higher mark. So I'm not too fussy about that. Spectacular Style, Roger Varian, 72, second favourite. I think they're going for the breeding as well, Frankel. That's why it's 72. They're not going on form. But I'm quite happy with the horse that I've just shown you to go for. I nearly put this out actually as a win bet. But I can't resist, feel the need at a 50 odds for 4 places. I think it's a little bit generous. 6-1 with 365. So this is Dave the Suit, hoping we can win a bit of Christmas money. Bye for now.